Hey, today I choose to speak for my friend Roger Christie. Anybody know about Roger? This is my third Hempfest to come here and try to speak for Roger Christie. And I don't want to talk about anything else because my friend has been in jail for over 2 years without bond. You know, 2 years on a pot charge, and they're not even allowing him to put up bond. This is an honorably discharged U.S. soldier, you know, fought in our armed forces. He has never been in any criminal trouble in his life. It's a nonviolent crime. None of these things. There's nothing about harm to the public other than the fact that my friend Roger Christie had the courage to post a sign on the front of his building in Hilo, Hawaii. The sign said, "We smoke pot religiously, and so can you." Now this sign was on the front of the building right next to the sign for the Chamber of Commerce of Hilo, Hawaii. And he was there for almost 10 years with his Hawaiian cannabis ministry. And he was open about it. He was really loud. He ran for mayor, he ran for governor, he went to every public hearing, and his message consistently was, we got a real problem in Hawaii, and it isn't pot, it's meth. And look at this study I found that says if we just let people have pot, they won't use meth. And he was a minister. He picked up these religious mantle and he carried it forward, and he helped a whole lot of people in his religious ministry. And he decided that it was important for him to defend his rights to use cannabis as a sacrament. So important that in the year 2003, he sued the federal government to establish his rights to religious freedom. And the federal government fought the lawsuit, not by saying you don't have the right, but by saying, hey, we're not going to investigate you. He's not under investigation. There's no threat of federal prosecution. He doesn't have a case. He has no standing. You have to throw his case out of court. And that's what the federal courts did. And so that same federal government that said they weren't investigating Mr. Christie and they weren't going to prosecute him, then sent in the narcs big time. They spent 2 years investigating this small little religious cult in Hilo, Hawaii that was operating openly. They did everything possible. 2 years of video surveillance, 2 years of narcs coming into church and invading the privacy of the religious context here. 2 years of wiretaps, 17,000 phone calls, most of them people thinking they're talking to their minister with the government listening.
The government's going to do what they want regardless.
And this is what happened to Roger. One day they came in and they arrested not just Roger, but 12 of his friends, including his fiancée, Cher, and some people who were growing for the church, you know, just people who attended the church. 13, we have the Hawaii 13. This was July 8th, 2 years ago. Now everyone else got bond, but Roger, he's too much of a danger to the community to release on bond. See, they put all these charges together and they combine them. They're all responsible for each other's plants, and they get it over 1,000 plants. And Roger's potentially might get 10 years in jail, and that changes the bond laws now that we have the war on drugs. And that means that they can keep him without bond, without any promise of bond. This gentle person who's never hurt a soul, who's fought for our country, who's ministered to thousands, he's too dangerous to let out on the streets. This is our modern day drug war, where we are the fodder in this war, and we are getting trampled in this war. No matter what you think, no matter how free we are here, we have brothers and sisters suffering with life sentences, with 20 years plus life sentences, with billion-dollar forfeitures. We've got people losing their farms. We got people losing their families. We got people losing their health. We got to do something here, everybody. Isn't that right? All right, so this is Hempfest. We come out to celebrate how well we are doing here, and we are doing well. If you came to Hempfest 15 years ago, you had to keep looking over your shoulder. You had to look for all the policemen coming through, the boats out there with binoculars looking for people smoking on the rocks. The van they kept out here to arrest people, and arresting over 100 people a weekend for just smoking here in the park. But we continued Hempfest because it was our civil disobedience that we were going to change the laws with, right? And in 10 years, 15 years that we've been doing this, since the worst of it, we have made these policemen understand one by one that we're not dangerous and we're not crazy and we're assets to their community and they best work with us. And that's why we're able to do this Hempfest without anybody in here running around looking for what we're doing, because we've kept it safe and we've kept it clean. And I guess that's the final message. Keep it clean, everybody. Look around, you pick up these scraps of paper, cigarette butts. It's all got to come up before tomorrow morning, because we got a big party to give here tomorrow and the next day. And I hope you'll come back. We love you, Hempfest. Thank you to all the thousands of volunteers that make this happen. Thank you for each and every one of you who puts your money in the bucket. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vivian.